Hello, everybody. My name is Greg Grigoriev, and I'm from Guarda Wallet, and this is AMA session with Verge, Alex Ederer. Hello, Alex.
Hey, Greg, thanks for having me. Yes, hi, everybody. I'm from Verge Currency, and I'm here to explain to you, to answer really all the questions that you've asked. These were fantastic questions, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be here today.
Yeah, actually, we have quite a lot of questions to you. So, from social networks, and just for a start, I would like to ask you some general questions, like an introduction, okay? I know that you have quite an interesting story about yourself. Probably you can say about your background. How did you get into crypto?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I started looking at Bitcoin back in 2014. So back then, I was going to Europe for the first time, and I told my roommate, "Yo, check this out! It's at like this digital coin is $200. You might want to buy some. It was worth nothing before." And then, well, he did, and then later on, Mt. Gox happened, and we're not friends anymore. But it's a crypto story. And yeah, after that, I mean, the technology was still interesting, but it was in its infancy, and life got around, and I haven't, followed so much. But in 2017, I moved to Europe, and then I realized that at this point, using I was using Coinbase, I could transfer for cheaper Bitcoin to Germany than it was than just doing a wire transfer with the bank. So basically. I was like, hey, man. And then at this point in 2017, crypto had exploded. There were so many new projects, so many new things going on. So I started getting involved more into the space. And yeah, it was really an interesting time.
Yeah, look, we can switch on the chat. Let's see. Do we have anything here?
Someone asking me about my perm. I did it in my beard, yo.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, we have some questions. Do you see any questions?
I see them in the chat on the side, but I don't see them in the restream. I have two screens, so.
That's a technical issue, I think. Anyway, we have some questions, so probably I can read them to you.
Go for it.
Yeah. But first of all, so we can come back to general questions, and I want to ask you this tricky one. What about a rebranding in 2016?
Yes.
I think it's a really interesting fact. Oh, here is it. Can you check it? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now it works.
Clean shaved. I'm always trimmed. Yeah, I'm sorry. I answer Turkish on Twitter, but I don't actually speak Turkish. I just use Google Translate. So, yeah, I'm unfortunately unable to answer Turkish directly on a live. Sorry, man.
Then we can come back to the question about 2016 about rebranding. Yeah, I know about Dogecoin. So, is there any connection with Dogecoin?
Dogecoin and Verge was the name. Dogecoin Dark. Dogecoin Dark was initially created as a fun project. So it wasn't actually a fork of Dogecoin. It was a fork of Peercoin. And yeah, Justin and CryptoRack and a bunch of other people in the IRC chats basically built Verge as a fun project, and the community developed with this. I rebranded in 2016 because the name Dogecoin Dark had dark web attributes and also darker undertones that we didn't want to have. I wasn't around at this time. I joined afterwards, but this was one of the questions that I've asked Justin actually multiple times now. And yeah, the GitHub link is still available for Dogecoin Dark, so you can actually go and see that it's not a fork of Dogecoin. But the one thing that remains in common between Dogecoin Dark and Verge to this day is our fun community. We still have some of the best gift parties on Telegram. So yeah, it's sometimes a bit of a problem because people are wanting to have a conversation and then people do gifts. here's the etiquette for a gift party. If you put one GIF, you wait until somebody else puts another GIF, and then you answer with another GIF. You don't just spam 10 times the same GIF. So that's roughly the etiquette of Telegram's gift parties. But yeah, we still have a great community. The people are awesome. So
I just want to remind everybody that we also have Twitter and we also have Telegram, and right now, you can ask a question and you can earn 700 XVG just for a question, So guys, you can ask questions just in comments, and Alex will choose which one he liked the best.
Yes, I will also answer all of the questions. We've compiled them. Thank you, Greg. That must have taken a while. All the questions are compiled into a Google Doc, and there's the link to the person. So after this interview, I will go and write the answer. I will go and write the answers to the questions. Greg, I just want to answer someone in the live stream, Reza, who's asking why we don't burn some Verge. Reza, Verge doesn't own the supply. So if you want to burn your Verge, feel free to send it to a non-Verge address and get rid of it. Verge is not holding any coins. We don't have a pre-mine. We never had an ICO. So if there's any Verge that's lost, it's due to your own thing. Yeah, I see. Thank you. Thank you for that. Any other facts about history of Verge? Probably no. I mean, somebody asked on the live stream thing how often we have team meetings. We actually have twice a week, but we have so many. Most of the team is connected via so many different social media platforms at this point that sometimes we ask something on Facebook Messenger, sometimes we ask something on Telegram, Signal, Discord. So we basically we're basically always in communication between each other. So that's really, we don't sleep really. The same thing for Guarda wallet, actually. We don't sleep too. Crypto doesn't sleep. Yeah, crypto doesn't sleep. Yeah, we have a lot of activities actually. Just stay tuned on our Twitter and on our Telegram. And actually, if you have a question, how to get the price, you just probably need to check out Twitter. Here is it. Twitter, yeah, and you will learn more about it. I would like to ask you the current situation about Verge. I've heard there is a special simplified digital payments partnership with Voice Life. Yes. Can you speak on that? Yeah, basically, Voice Life is a technology company. So they're building long-range communication charging technology. So it works like your credit card with near-field communication, so NFC, tap and pay, but it works from long range to charge batteries. We have a 1-hour video on our YouTube that was condensed actually and shorter to explain how the technology works, and Verge will be the exclusive cryptocurrency built for these payments. So in the future, when you want to charge your phone, if your phone has Voice Life tech inside, you'll be paying with Verge to get that charge. So you can charge your phone from anywhere on the planet. We're bombarded with radio waves. So there's radio all around us at any time. So I mean, within an apartment or within the city, it'll be easy to charge something. But sometimes you're on the road or you're camping or something and you need to bring a battery. While using Voice Life technology, you'll be able to charge stuff from ambient radio waves. So this is really cool. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Can you say that's just a primer feature of Verge, or probably you have more? Well, Verge, the full name of Verge is Verge Currency. So we're built as a currency primarily. So what we want is that people use us to pay for things. So one of the questions I sent to you that I selected in the thing was about investments, and I always tell people Verge is not an investment as much as it's a currency. So you buy Verge like you buy US dollar or euro or whatever currency it is out there that you buy. That's what Verge is. So if you own Verge and you're hoping that the currency goes up in value, you need to use it. So, for example, I went to a bar before this whole COVID thing with Sven, and I forgot my card, and Sven paid, and then I went home, bought some Verge, and sent him the equivalent Verge to the amount of beers I drank, so that he got paid. That's how you use a currency. So.
Look, actually, I had a question about everyday use. So, is it what you mean, or probably there are some more facts? Because I'm asking you because, for example, I know about low transaction fee.
Yeah.
Probably that's the best feature in my mind, but maybe I'm mistaken.
Yeah, Verge has a flat rate of 0.1 XVG. It's based on the size of the transactions, but for most people, this will always be like a flat fee of 0.1 XVG to make a purchase. So at the end of the day, when you use Verge, you can pay anybody anywhere on the face of the planet for super cheap price. And I mean, Verge has a block time of 30 seconds, which means that like most transactions are settled within a few seconds. So if you use one of our wallets or Guarda wallet and you see, Verge, it'll be there within a matter of seconds. So you don't have to wait 5 minutes to get to see the transaction on the blockchain. It'll be there right away. So
good. Okay, yeah, good. You said something about selected questions, yeah, and I know that you have selected some from our Twitter. I just want to tell everybody, so you did it. Probably we can just switch some of them. Okay, the first one that you selected. Where's the roadmap now? What's the current situation with the roadmap, and what are the next steps that will be taken in the future?
I love this question because it's something that people ask us constantly. So Verge is an open source, open access project. So the roadmap isn't so much as something that we want to do as much as what people want to do. So actually right now in the comments on the restream, somebody's asking about the Android wallet. It's something that's there. If you want to work on it, go for it. If you know somebody that wants to work on it, go on our GitHub and work on it. It's accessible. So the roadmap for us is more this is what we've done, because you have to understand none of us get paid to do this. We all have our day jobs. Like I work, I go to school. Some of our devs, the dude who's working on the Android wallet, Manuel, has been basically working overtime for the last 2 weeks. So I talk to him sometimes, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm just going to bed," because that's what it is. We're all volunteers. We volunteer time and we build this. Like today, I'm talking to you, Greg, and I had to put aside my schedule and say, okay, this is what I'm doing for this afternoon. And like no one's paying me. Actually, the questions are going to get more reward than the people doing the live stream. So yeah. Okay, good. So you ready for the next one? Go for it.
Oh, good. So does Verge team have a training or guidance system for newcomers to cryptocurrency, and how do you attract and reach them? So
most of wait, can you repeat the first part of the question?
The first, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
that's about training and guidance system for newcomers.
Yes. Okay, good. Yeah. So we're working right now. Nicola, which is Nikki, which is answering and actually on the live stream. Nikki's working on the Verge Ambassador program, which is basically volunteers who are in the community. We have a bunch of ambassadors always asking how to help out and how to reach to new people and how to explain things. So she's working with another really awesome team member, J-Boss, on building this beautiful documents that explain Verge very simply so that people can reach out and explain to people how to use Verge, how to use the wallets. And basically, we call this the Verge Ambassador program. And the idea is to get some of our more active community members to be out there and explaining to other people how they can do things. In the last 2 weeks, we've had, or 3 weeks, we've had really cool wallet videos made, because we realize that cryptocurrency is still in its infancy. And since we are a volunteer project, there's a lot of things we want to do, but half of our time is spent just doing wallet support and just doing the basics, day-to-day things, and we don't have the time as volunteers to do everything that's basic, plus come up with new marketing solutions. Although we are right now working on a great marketing initiative with Gil Linsner. So he's an ambassador for Verge in the sports industry. So he has a chance to race on NASCAR with a Verge branded car. So we're doing a crowdfund right now on his Twitter and on our main Twitter to get Verge listed. But again, it's a volunteer project, so people are donating. This isn't, none of us are paid, so it's really like, I don't know how to explain it so people stop asking, but we're not paid. So it's really, I decide I'm putting this amount of hours per day. I have the luck that I'm a student, so I'm at home all day, so I have a lot more time to answer people on Twitter. But most of us work as well, so we do this as a side career, and we try to include Verge as a currency within what we do, and that's what we're doing. But the community needs to also realize that we're not there to make them rich. We're there to make Verge a currency that's used regardless of the border, regardless of the country. We're there to make Verge a currency.
Can I ask you a question? Like, I just want to come back to this topic, And I know that Verge just is a sponsor of Manny Pacquiao, so he's a famous boxer, right?
Yes.
And there are some other guys just from NASCAR, from motocross and so on. Yeah. And are you planning something? I don't know, something like a collaboration with more sportsmen?
So we have the Fueled by Verge initiative, which that's the goal. The goal is that if people want to brand themselves with Verge, they can help us, because again, like I said, it's all volunteer based. This entire project has survived since 2014 because it's volunteer based. People come and people go. So basically, yeah, any athletes that want to brand themselves with Verge can do so from their own money. But it's not we don't pay out of pocket to say, hey, yeah, you wear Verge colors. Nah, it'll be if you want to wear Verge colors, do it, and you'll have the Verge fam behind your back. We have over 1 million people on all social medias combined following us. So it's a good way to get international clout, because once again, we are an international currency. And speaking of international clout, I want to say thank you to all the Turkish people commenting. I see them. We've gotten a community of like over 2,000 people, I believe, on the Turkish Telegram channel for Verge within like 2 weeks, because we had some volunteers that were like, hey, man, yeah, Verge is popular in Turkey. And he just went at it. He asked me, and I was like, yeah, okay, you can do it. And we have one Turkish core member, Newman, really great guy, and I'm like, yeah, he can help you, because I've been using Google Translate to answer Turkish people on Twitter, but it's difficult. So kudos to these guys to organize themselves. Again, Verge is a decentralized and distributed team. So if you want to make Verge in your country, you can ask us for help, but this is on you. It's always volunteer based, and it's always, what do you want to do for Verge, and how can you help yourself, and how can you help us along the way? So,
yeah, I just want to add about community of Guarda wallet, So here is our Twitter and Telegram, and you can join us, and you can win just 700 Verge XVG for a question. Just follow the three easy steps. Look, we have another question about token, about your native token XVG. So what is the utility of your native token XVG? And also, what special features do you have or plan to implement and keeps you ahead of your competitors?
So Verge, we answered a bit about the past of Verge earlier when we said from 2014 to 2016, Verge was named Dogecoin Dark. It was a fork of Peercoin. It's its own blockchain, so we aren't a token, we are a coin. And what we do have now, we have basically Tor implemented in our mobile wallets, so people can protect their location, and all their metadata is kept private. So basically what we want to be is a currency like when you pay cash in a store. So at the end of the day, we want to have this anonymity of like paying as a cash payment. We don't want to be considered an invisible coin. We want to be cash. We want to be as liquid as regular cash payments. So basically, what we do offer as well, we do have more private transaction with our full node wallets. With the Qt wallet, we have stealth transactions as well. But as for competition and what they're doing, I think the crypto space is large enough. We actually had this conversation right before we went live, Greg, about how many other projects there are out there. The innovation is there. So we're not trying to take over anybody's turf. We really are a currency to be used. So if you want to look ahead at competition and you want to be competitive, I mean, the crypto space is big enough for all of us. We're super early in the field, and like many projects are paid for or have ICOs or any kind of funding mechanism. Again, Verge is volunteer based. We've been there for 6 years. We're not trying to compete with anybody. We're just a currency. Use us or don't. That's up to you. We're fast. We're cheap. You should use us.
Yeah, that was about current situation. Well, but I just read some comments and just people asking about your special plan. So that was the first one. Then next steps of Verge. And there was something about the future. So probably you can comment on that.
I mean, in the future, I think what we're working on with Voice Life is fantastic. This payment opportunity will just basically mean that in the future, any device that charges with Voice Life tech will go through Verge. So that pretty much assures the future of our currency. With regards to any special plans, Nikki in the comments on the restream is answering questions. She's building the Verge Ambassador program, which I think is like the really most fantastic thing we could have, because the team is swamped. We're like 40 people handling millions of inquiries. Like I answer on Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Telegram, Instagram. I don't know what else. People. It's a lot of work at all times. So the special plan right now, what we're focusing on is Gil Linsner's racing career, so that we can really have a Verge-only branded thing. It would be awesome that we get it there. So we're actually looking for partners to sponsor it as well, because it's a good advertisement for them. Millions of people view NASCAR. So being a Verge, like a company like Guarda, for example, that accepts Verge and has Verge, it's a good advertisement within the US and all the racing field. I don't think it's ever been done in any capacity to have any blockchain or crypto project in the racing on a racing car. I think this would be the first. So yeah, it's really, this is the short term. On the long term, man, like I said, we don't have a specific roadmap. My job at Verge is to facilitate people to find where they can find what they need. So when people want to, I've seen like 6 or 7 comments scroll through here asking about Android, and I say, hey man, I'm sure you know somebody that's a developer. They can contribute a few lines of code, and if everybody does that, in a month or so, it'll be out there. But like, we can't just go around and be doing everything, because again, we're not paid. We're doing a currency to be used. I use the old Verge wallet on Android with Orbot. That works fine for me. So
good. Look, there was another good question about transactions. I'm just trying to show it to you. That one. Transactional one has been very low for a long time. Is there a sales pressure?
I have no idea.
Okay. Let's come back to question from our Twitter. So, chosen one. If anybody thinks your project really resembles a scam project and they cannot trust this project, how do you make them believe in your project?
I mean, this is similar to what I was saying earlier, that Verge isn't an investment as much as it's a currency. So if you trust crypto projects and you want to buy crypto on an exchange, you can, but you should always do your research first. We're a big fan in the Verge community, say do your own research. So DYOR, and basically, I mean, I'm here talking to you right now, and I'm using my full name. Everybody that's like, Mihail, the community manager, is also using his full name. We're not invisible people. We are real people that volunteer for this. Nikki's in the comment with her full name too as well. Like, Verge is a currency. So as far as I'm concerned, we don't have, like, I explained earlier, we don't have any kind of like pre-mine or any kind of liquidity pool. So if tomorrow the whole team disappeared, the blockchain still exists, the code is still there, people could pick it up and continue. I mean, a lot of people have said in the past that, where's Justin? Well, I don't know. I texted him like 3 days ago and he answered, and this is what it is. It's an open source project. So as long as people are there volunteering their time, there's new people that come by. And that's what we always say. We want people to participate, and they can join us on Telegram, Facebook, Discord, Twitter, and participate, man. That's all. The project survives because of the community and because of volunteers around the world, not because we're paid, not because we want moon. It's because I believe that it would be nice to have money that I don't need to convert whenever I change country, change continent. Just want to pay in crypto, and this is what Verge is for me.
Yeah. Look, there is a question. Somebody just asked a question on our Twitter, and do you need to ask this question here or not? Actually, Alex has chosen all the questions from Twitter, and so I will ask him all this question, but still you can comment here and you can ask your question here. Probably that will be you who just will get 700 XVG for a question today, right?
Yeah.
Good.
And I will answer all of those questions afterwards as well. So I'm going to give a written answer to every question that's under that Twitter. So.
Okay. Many new projects initially developed well, but were suddenly abandoned. How will you manage your project to get your position on the market and become the best project in the blockchain world?
Well, there's over 3,000 blockchains now, or blockchain projects, if you include tokens. Honestly, there's some really cool projects out there that do really cool stuff, and they found a niche, and I'm really happy, and I support them with all my heart. Like, honestly, I'm not trying to be like the best, because there's always going to be the best in this field, the best in that field. But what we want to be is the best digital currency, and to me, that's what we are. We're one of the fastest full blockchain. We're not a token, and we're completely distributed. Actually, every time you run a full Verge wallet, you're running the blockchain on your computer, and you're helping the chain increase. Nobody got paid for this. Nobody gets paid for this, and we're still working very fine with this. So I think in this regards, we're very close to Satoshi Nakamoto's original idea for Bitcoin of a distributed project that is a currency to be used. Bitcoin became a store of value, and it's the mother of all other projects. But like, if Bitcoin is gold, then Verge is silver, and this is what you need to use to spend it. Hodl your Bitcoin, and then use Verge when you need to send money to someone. It's cheaper and way faster.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, there are quite a lot of people who just really beginners in the crypto world, right? And they know only about Bitcoin and Ethereum, so that's it. So probably, it's a good idea just to tell them more about like Verge or any other concepts that they just don't know. But there was a question about Android wallet. So you can comment on that, and I can add that we have an Android wallet. So we are Guarda wallet, yeah, and so you can just use Guarda wallet to store and exchange.
I mean, right now we also have a wallet. The Android wallet, Verge, is been there. It's been updated recently as well. It uses Orbot, so you need 2 applications to make it work because all of Verge transactions are routed through through a Tor network. So basically, it protects the user's IP, and you need Orbot to make that wallet work. That being said, since this wallet functions and works fine, there's no real impetus for us to build a really sexy iOS wallet. I think people basically are asking when Android because they're just jealous that iPhone users have. I think the Verge iOS wallet made by Sven is the sexiest crypto wallet out there in terms of like how it looks, how sleek it is. But yeah, I also have an Android, guys, so I'm also using the like older wallet, and it's not as sexy. But if you want a sexy wallet, you can always get my Verges, which is a light wallet for your desktop that's built like the iOS wallet. So you can always use this one. So
okay. Look, people just a bit confused about the CEO. I just need to show this question to you.
Yeah. We don't have a CEO.
Yeah, does Verge not have any CEO? Keep it from getting listed on some exchanges. So
Verge is a community project, guys. We don't have a CEO. We have a founder. Justin is our founder. He's a developer. He had a vision, and we worked along his vision. But like I said, when I talked to Justin a few days ago, basically I was talking for a collaboration with some other project, and he's like, look, as long as Verge is being used as a currency to be paid and to do the payments, I'm okay. And that's what that's what would a CEO need? Why would a currency need a CEO? Like, is there a CEO of the US dollar or a CEO for the euro? Is there a CEO for any kind of thing? No, there's banks that control them, but Verge is controlled by the community, by members around the world. That's what we are. So we don't need a CEO. We need spokespersons. We need people to show the world, hey, this is how you use Verge. And using Verge, I can send money to someone in Japan in under 3 seconds. And that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's another funny one, actually. Look at this. When will you start racing in NASCAR?
Well, Gil's already been racing with Verge branded gear for the last 2 years, I think, even longer. I've been helping him writing like some Medium posts, and lately because of his branding opportunities. Because what the community needs to realize is that like racing is very expensive. Most of these guys need to look for sponsors to have, when you see their outfits and their cars, they have all the different corporations that sponsor their vehicles. And basically, Gil is the first European to race in the NASCAR Pro Late Model series, which is like one of the top races in the US for all the pro racers of NASCAR. That's where they all began. And Gil already has the beginnings of the stuff, so he doesn't need that much capital to continue racing. And so his opportunity is unique. Basically, we need 4 million Verge, I believe, to have a complete Verge branded team. So by doing this, if the community gets behind Gil and does, which they should, because I think 1 message per hour across all social media saying Verge needs marketing, Verge needs marketing. Well, now it's a million person viewership. So having Gil being fully branded with Verge and Verge partners and Verge names, like basically any person that gives over like any person that gives over $10, I believe, of Verge will have their name on his car. So, I mean, if you have a company that accepts Verge, I think it's a good listing opportunity to give a big amount to have your company, on a visible spot on his car. But it's also a good opportunity for the Verge fam to say, hey, guys, we're a community and we're sponsoring this because A, he's the first European racing on these American tracks. B, there's never been a community project get behind a racer and say, hey man, we're gonna cover you. We're gonna cover you in Verge apparel, Verge colors. That's huge. That's a huge statement of commitment. And I think the community that wants to be rich and that wants the moon, they need to look at this like, hey, this is our chance to make this happen. So
okay. There's an interesting one about your token, so I can show it to you. About history of halving, so can you comment on that?
Halving is a blockchain thing that happened when the difficulty of the rewards increases and the rewards themselves go down by half. So this is done at X amount of intervals. We can't change the date. I don't know why we would want to change the date. I mean, if you wanted to change, just start mining Verge. You can go on, I think, Easy Hash and just start paying money to mine Verge. And the more people mine Verge, the faster the halving will do. But it just means that there's less rewards being mined, being given miners. So we're not a company. I see this person's SKHO32. We're not a company, so we're a community. If you want the Verge price to go up, you need to, buy more Verge and convince people to buy Verge.
Yeah. Okay. So there was some question about the market. So I think we are not going to give you financial advice. No,
so 1 XVG is always 1 XVG.
Yeah. I think that would be the last question, which not the last, but still, people like to invest on projects which they believe, and more importantly, where they feel like a family. Community connections have a key role for a successful project. My question is, what are your plans to create a core community?
Well, we do have a core community. I'm talking about the people on Telegram today. There's Zach, there's Hum, there's Bane. I love that guy. I love the whole community, man. It's great to log in Telegram and see these people. One of my best friends in Germany, actually, I met through the Verge community. I just spent the weekend with him and his family and Eska. And this is what we are. We're a fam. I said Mihal and I speak about our dogs to each other. I talk about cooking with CC. Man, the community I think actually has grown quite a lot because the more people are involved, the more they realize, yeah, we're just passionate volunteers and we're all just there because, yeah, we're not there because we want the project to be $1 million worth of per Verge. We're there for Lloyd. Yeah, my friend Lloyd in the UK. This guy's awesome. He's actually super helpful in everything I do. There's so many people, man, that are there, and I'm so grateful. Honestly, it's a family. It's why we have the Verge Fam hashtag, because these people aren't asking for the returns. They're just, how can we help? How can we get involved? And this is what we want to see. We want to see these people. We want to see these people go out there and basically, promote the use of Verge as a currency. Stop using fiat and use Verge.
Yeah, I see. Thank you so much. Actually, thank you so much for your answers. And I think right now is the most juicy part, because we are going to choose 3 best questions. So what do you think about it? No, we have some time to think. But I just want to remind everybody that you just need to be subscribed to our Telegram, our Twitter and Verge Twitter, and you can open the link below this video and you can check all of the conditions which you just need to do to get an award. So we have just some times, but while they do that, I think I'm going to ask you the last question,
Yeah.
Recently we had an AMA, our CEO had an AMA, and he told a really interesting phrase, He said that a Guarda wallet is not just a wallet. He said that Guarda wallet is just financial supermarket. And I really like this phrase, Probably you have something to say about Verge.
Well, I mean, if Guarda wallet is a financial supermarket, Verge is a currency that you should use in this supermarket. Yeah, we're a worldwide currency. That's what we are, and that's what I want to see. I want to see, Verge accepted here next to the MasterCard Visa stickers on doors. That's all I care about, and I'm pretty sure that's most of what the community, that the core community from the previous question thinks too.
Good. Okay. So now it's time, and you can choose what's the best question. What do you like more?
Well, I really like the question that had to like the question on the core value propositions of XVG. I have to look into the. I think it was from Hian Lei. I think one of the first questions in the list you sent me. I really like this question because it gets us to show really that Verge is open source project where the community works on this project. So for me, these kinds of questions really showcase the value of Verge because it's not this is what we want to do. This is, if people want to do something with Verge, they can come and be like, hey, Alex, where's the GitHub? I want to do this with Verge. And it's like, all right, here, let me help you. That's what we are. So I really like this question for this.
Okay, so I will contact her and send her the price.
And then
the second one.
Then the last question I have, wait, let me go back to the text. I don't know who it's from. I copy and pasted some of these questions, but I need to find where I highlighted them. From BayQS Giller. His second question, people like to invest in projects which they believe, and more importantly, they feel like family. I love this question because the Verge fam makes working for Verge interesting. Honestly, if it wasn't such a feeling of family, I think, the project wouldn't exist. And this
Good
question.
And question number 3, probably somebody from our comments.
Yeah.
Comments? No?
Yeah, we can definitely do this.
No. That's just my advice, That's not a financial advice, like I said.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of great questions, so it's really hard for me to choose questions like this. If you like a specific question, Greg, by all means, choose one too. I really like these questions, so it's hard for me to choose which one's the best because I feel really grateful to be here and to be able to answer these questions. The opportunity that you and Guarda Wallet have given me is fantastic. So, but yeah, if you want.
As for me, actually, I really like question about the future plans. We have quite a lot of questions like this, but I think we just need to choose the first one. Who was the first? Let's check who was the first who asked the question about the future. Let me check that. Special plan. This is here is it. I think here is it. Hi, do you have any special plan about XVG? I think that's a perfect question.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
And I would like to say that I'm choosing this question because Guarda Wallet also has a lot of questions, a lot of answers, and a lot of opportunities in future. So just stay tuned, and we'll have more in the future for you. Yeah. So I think that's it. Thank you so much for the AMA. That was really amazing, and that was really interesting to know so much information about that and about Verge. So I'm just quite excited. I think that our visitors like it too.
Thanks, Greg. It's fantastic to be here today.
Thank you so much. I just want to have another session probably in some time, probably in the nearest future.
Yeah, hit me up or hit anybody from the team. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would be interested with this opportunity, because it's always great to touch base with people, and it's always great to be able to answer these questions.
Good, good. Thank you. See you, and bye-bye.
Ciao.
Yeah.